The next central physical idea of Aikido, the next central principle I'd like to talk about, is the principle of evasion. Evasion, moving our bodies off the line of the attack, is almost a hallmark of Aikido application. Some martial arts are based on a force meets force paradigm of a block and counterpunch idea, the hard style arts principally. Other arts are based around the fundamental principle of joining of centers, so grappling arts like judo, other forms of close-in wrestling where the centers join together and then you take it into control from there. Aikido and the other soft style arts really all have this quality of evading the line of the attack, and that means some basic fundamental things. If Damon is coming down this big blue line at me and he's delivering energy straight into my mass, boom, right here, that defines the line of the attack in terms of his overall movement through space. And so as his body moves through space to deliver that energy, I want some activity happening at my, or thereabout, of evasion. I want to move my center off that line. My whole body needs to move, the Tai Sabaki movement. I want the entire center to get off the line of whatever that attack is. And it can move in any particular line it needs to get off. So whatever foot you happen to be on at the moment of the attack, you just move that foot and you're ready to go into application. If your weight's even, you can go any direction you like as he tries to come and close with you. Movement at that moment, that optimal moment, off the line of the attack is so central to Aikido that we even just forget about it somewhat. But we can think about it also in terms of closer applications and lines of movement or moving with as well. So let's say we have an application where we're tied up, our hands are engaged with each other, and Damon has a hold of me and is beginning to invoke let's say an arm bar. He's going to do a wakigatami here. Oh. Now that activity in his body is projecting a line of force. And as he applies the technique to me, watch him go into this line of force. See the direction that my arm is going, his activity of locking down and taking it in that general line. That's a line of force that even in the activity of a limited application like this, that the evasion in that line can actually yield control back to me. And so learning to not only get off the line of the attack, but move with the lines of attack becomes a critical factor in understanding the function of Aikido. Virtually any activity of a force acting upon you, you can either evade or move with to exploit the basic activity that's being employed. The simplest form would be he's just pushing, and as he's pushing, I can meet this and have a strong structure to meet it with. I can get out of the way of that push and see basic reactions, or I can accept this push in the line that it's going and keep it extended. Same thing with a pull, same thing with a pushing into locking conditions, specialized locking conditions that we see from Jiu-Jitsu and from Aikido application and Aikido Jiu-Jitsu application. All the forms of trying to deliver energy through specialized mechanisms all have that basic function that should somebody be trying to do that and deliver a line of energy through it to exploit the weakness in your body, if you can move with it instead of get into the habitual tendency to fight it, then wow, you have a whole level of responsiveness that's very, very useful. Locks come onto people. He gets me back in that wakigatami he had, or, oh, yeah, this is good, oshitoshi or kota haneri here. He has me in a locking condition here in which my wrist is locked back, my elbow is locked forward, my posture is distorted, and it affects me principally because of this distortion in my posture, but also it affects my balance and movement principally because I have some resistance to it. I'm feeling a pressure relationship, and I'm doing the normal human thing in a pressure relationship, which is if I'm leaning on Damon, he leans back on me. we become self-supporting structures like guys on the street corner. We're leaning against a wall, it's just that we're both the wall. So when we get in relationship and you feel a line condition develop, I feel this pressure develop. In this case, the driving action is coming from this hand as it's driving up. This could also be a driving pressure here, but in this particular instance, he just happens to be driving up. As that goes up, I can go up with it. Trained reflex. It's not the instinctual thing to do. The instinctual thing, pressure comes on, counter pressure. That leads to an inevitable downfall of my posture and condition. Pressure comes on, oh, down we go. Pressure comes on, oh, moving with it feeds it back to you. Another example of moving off the line of the attack. So writ broad, it's the whole center moving through space that we're evading, but on a smaller scale, it's lines of attack or lines of force that are being delivered in more limited contexts as well. Thank you.